AI tools are everywhere. People say they make us 10 times more productive. Some even call it the future of development. But what does that really mean in practice? I'll be using ChatGPT, Cloud, and Cursor and other AI tools almost daily in my workflow. Sometimes it's amazing. Other times it wastes hours of my time. In this video, I want to show you how I actually use AI to code, when it saves my time and when it quietly fails, and why understanding how AI works helps you to use it more effectively. Let's start with the sweet spot. When the task is small, well-defined, and I already know what I want, AI tools are incredibly productive. I will give you a few examples. So let's say I'm implementing something, but I need a function that to do the string manipulation. I want to implement a snake case in JavaScript. We can ask AI to write a small function for us. Let's say, can you implement a snake case function in JavaScript for me, please? So within a few seconds, you can see it has a very strong, solid implementation without any problem. So this is an example that I'm recently working on, like passing a string that I want to convert in a dashboard generation. But I need this handy function, but I cannot use Lodash because normally I would import Lodash, but unfortunately in that particular case, I cannot use any Lodash packages. Another example is that I'm working on some command line tools, but I cannot remember what exactly the option is for running a grep for search. For example, let's say I want to search a folder and I care only the TypeScript files. I need to find all mutation in a TypeScript file. Can you use command line tool that can do this for me? So it will give me a few options. So option 1 is use the grep and find the current folder and name is TS, and also it can search for TSX, and then I can use the mutation as a keyword search in these files. It also gives me a option 2 using RG. I haven't heard about that, but I think it's a good alternative. You can add a additional package and do the work. These are all tasks I know how to do, but either forget the exact syntax or just didn't want to waste my time Googling. So this is where ChatGPT or any AI tool become a kind of external memory. They are very fast, efficient, and usually spot on. But not all the tasks are like fit into this category. In this category, tasks where AI can help, but only up to a point. Say I'm building something in Java or React, sometimes something I know really well, and I want to scaffolding a new feature or write a boilerplate code. In those cases, ChatGPT gets me about 80% of the way there, but I still have to debug it, fixing imports, adjust the logic, clean up edge cases. It saves me some time, no question, but only because I know the domain, the territory. I can tell when the AI give me something correct, and when it just sounds confident but it's totally wrong, because I know it, or I knew it. For example, if I want to implement a to-do list or some GraphQL talking to a backend service, I know how the GraphQL works in backend, like the resolvers, how do you define that, and the ORM, object relationship mapping, this kind of thing. I know the how things like fit together, how they integrate together. So in this category, AI can save a lot of my time, but still they can tell that many things are not really correct or not up to date. Since in this category is interesting because you can still judge, you can still determine what is correct, what is wrong. And there are certain amount of tasks that AI cannot handle. I will give you another example here. Recently, I have worked on a project involving a feature called direct boot. I have made another video on that topic, and I asked it to doing some refactor, and I did some relatively okay refactor, but as I keep asking it to refine it can kind of go into a dead end. But if I can give it a few more, direction, it can make some very good suggestion again. But it's only like if something I know. But when I doing something more like beyond my knowledge, that's when AI cannot help at all. So recently I have working on the project called Ice To Do. I have actually read a newsletter issue here to talk about that experience. The story was like 15 years ago, I built a small application called Ice To Do. It's a very simple swing application, but it has a plug-in system that using the Rhino JavaScript engine back that time. So you can basically write JavaScript to customize your Java application. That's a pretty fancy feature I built. I'm still proud of it. But the problem is that Java community changed a lot since then. You can still use a lot of script language in Java, but it's not using the original scripting mechanism anymore. So you will need to use the grep VM instead. And I then asked ChatGPT to help me to do this refreshment because I want to bring this application back. It gave me a lot of misleading message or solution. Basically, I tried to, paste the error message and ask it to, what happens underneath and try to ask it to explain. But it gave me a lot of like seemingly making sense statements or explanation, but it's not actually correct, or a lot of information is outdated. Same thing happened to Cloud as well. I asked Cloud to give me some suggestion. It can, do some analysis and give me some okay suggestion. I have to still read a lot and trying to search different places to say if this is still a thing, like how can I actually fix this error. I still need to go to the homepage of the library to try to see their tutorial, things like that. So for such cases, I spend more time correcting what is generated than if I had just done it myself from scratch. And that's been a constant pattern in my experience. For large refactorings, architecture decisions, or code that depends on subtle real-world behavior, it becomes noise, not signal. I'm recently read a lot of books, articles, and watching videos about how the ChatGPT or large language model works. And one of the mind-blowing experience is from Stephen Wolfram. His insight is, why does this happen? Stephen Wolfram explained it really well in his long-form articles here. It's published as a book recently, I think. It's called "What is ChatGPT Doing and Why Does It Work?" And if you search for the term or like the statement "we don't know," you will find it's very interesting. Are our brains using similar features? Mostly we don't know. And why the particular parameter are choice, or why the network is designed as this way, we don't know. It's just like we found it worked, but no one actually knows. This is a very interesting finding. So if you are still shocked by, how come ChatGPT is so smart and it can efficiently solve so much problems, you should definitely read this article. It gives you a lot of insights, like ChatGPT or AI is not as smart as you thought. ChatGPT doesn't reason like a human. It doesn't understand your code or your intent. What it actually does is predict the next most likely token. I guess you have already heard that in many different places, but you definitely will find answers in this interesting article. So here is a principle I have started using. The more I understand what I'm doing, the more AI helps. The less I understand, the more it confuses me because I don't know either. I treat AI like a really fast assistant or a sharp intern. They are helpful, they're fast, sometimes impressive, but not someone I would trust to makes the final call. I use it to unblock small things, to explore solutions I already know how to validate. But when it comes to clean code, refactoring, or architectural design, I mainly rely on myself. So the key takeaway here is AI is a powerful tool, no doubt. But it's not a senior engineer, it's not a mentor, it's definitely not a replacement for deep understanding. If you're a beginner, use it to learn, but don't blindly trust the output. If you're experienced, use it to go faster, but always review what it gives you with a critical eye. That's been my experience after years of using AI on real projects. You get the most value from AI when you already know what a good answer looks like. Thanks for watching. If you had similar experience, good or bad, I would love to hear them. Drop a comment below and let's compare notes.